Hey, Rainbow here and welcome to my channel. I'm really happy that everyone is here, and today I want to talk about motorcycle stands, front and rear stands. Now specifically I'm going to be talking about the Ducati Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak, but also another bike because there's some versatility in this Ducati stand. Although I have a little bit of, shall we call it, buyer's remorse. Let's talk about it. I need stands for my motorcycles, okay? Otherwise, it's difficult for me to change front and rear tires. With the Ducati Pikes Peak, I don't have the center stand, and even with the Ducati Pikes Peak center stand, it's very difficult to get the front end off. It's good for the rear wheel when you have the Ducati center stand on the Pikes Peak or the V4, V4S, but it's really not helping you on the front unless you have somebody sit on the back of the bike, and then it'll help out a little bit. So between that and starting to go to the track a lot more now, I need a stand. And I did some investigating and I found out that Woodcraft and Pitbull are probably the two biggest names in the very professional stands that are well respected, I guess is the best way to put it, in the United States at the very least, and I'm aware of, okay? I called Pitbull, they told me exactly what I needed for the Ducati Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak, and they told me what pins I needed to purchase for the KTM RC390. I had some options between lifting it up at the triple tree or lifting them at the bottom of the forks. So, what happened? So I went to my local dealer and I talked with them and said, okay, I already spoke with Pitbull. These are the part numbers I need. How about giving me a price? And the first thing I found out is in today's market right now, number one, they can't give me any kind of a discount. And number two, there's gonna be a several week wait for the parts that I wanted. So I was a little bummed out. And what they said was, well, hey, you have a Ducati. We have Ducati stands in stock, and they were able to work with me on the price. So I saved myself some money and I got these Ducati stands. Now both of these stands, this is the front, I'm going to show you the rear in a second, work well. They're by Ducati, made for Ducati, so I can't go wrong, right? Well, I don't know, and I'm going to tell you why. The one thing that bothered me about this stand, and it's actually on both of them, woohoo, is that little sticker right there. You see that sticker? That means you cannot sit on the bike while it's on a stand. And you know what? For anybody that goes to the track, you know that that's important. That's something that you need to do, okay? So having that sticker on this stand, I didn't really care for. Now, the stands work really well. They seemed very robust, but since I'm a little bit familiar with Pitbull, what I can tell you is Pitbull kind of blows these away. Now, you're going to pay for Pitbull, but these are really good stands, and you're going to pay less money for stands like this, even though it's from Ducati, but you are going to get a better stand that you can sit on. So right now I'm kind of debating in my head whether I should take a loss and try to resell these, hold on to these, or just go ahead and buy the Pitbull stands that I've always wanted and just wait for them to come in. Don't need a whole bunch of sets of stands, but they are really good stands compared to these. Now, these will work perfectly fine, but if I need to sit on that bike for any reason to set things up or to practice, I can't do it with these. They have a joint here that appears to be like a plastic joint. I'm a little concerned about that. Now, the good news is that it works on a Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak by installing these right here, which of course are adjustable, all right? Put them where you want them. And luckily for me, they came with these pins also. So if you have the notch, or not the notch, but the little hole in your fork, you can put these and you can set these up, and then these can go in to lift up your front forks. So this works really well with the KTM RC390. I already have a cheap, crappy stand that I got from Harbor Freight for the rear of the KTM. But because of the single-sided swing arm, I had to get a special stand for the Pikes Peak that is absolutely not compatible with the KTM. So I have to have 3 stands, which is better than having to have 4. But as far as new, 3 stands altogether, because I can use one of them on the front. So 3 is better than 4. I don't know what to do. What do you guys think about it? Let's look at how these stands work, okay? Let's do it. For the single-sided swing arm, We have this stand from Ducati. You just got to get this in the hole. It's a rather tight fit. I got to give him that much credit. There's really not a lot of play there. So once you do that, it's pretty simple. Just push down and away you go. And now the bike is up. And always remember, if you're going to put the bike on two different stands, on a rear and front stand, make sure you do the rear stand first. So let's go take a look at the front stand. Okay, so these Öhlins do not have that hole in the bottom. So with these, what's going to happen is you're going to end up lifting the bike right back here by the bottom of the bracket. So this is where you're going to lift, which is why we have the piece that we have on to lift it. Let's take a look. Once you get these in place and you get them up underneath, all you got to do is just lift it right up and away you go. This works rather well. So one of the things you have to do is put these on the flat so that they fit underneath here just like that. If you look at the Pitbull, they're set up different. They're rotating, they spin, and they're round, and they will fit right in place. You don't have to go screwing around with them, where these you have to kind of adjust them and put them in place. Now once the bike is up, you can work on it, but again, same thing with the rear stand. This is what I don't like. That right there, what does it say? Right? Not only does it give a maximum, which we're aware of, but it also tells me I cannot sit on the bike when it's on the stands, and that is a big downer as far as I'm concerned. And taking it off the stands is easy. You just do it in reverse, and of course when it's on both stands, I always start with the front. Then you can lower the rear. Don't forget to keep the kickstand down if you have one. Hold on to it so that it doesn't flip the opposite direction, and go ahead and lower the bike and pull the stand right out. So that's it. Stands. What do you think? Let me know. This is Reambo. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.